Hello, I'm Neil, and today I'm going to talk about developers and all about the full stack. Let's get into it. A software developer designs, creates, tests, and deploys programs. You may have seen the term full stack developer. This is a good way of describing an overarching kind of development role that includes everything. In larger organizations, you won't find a full stack developer. You'll find a role dedicated to each item in that stack. What does a stack look like? We can start with our standard 3-tier application. The 3 tiers are a front end, a business logic application, and a data layer. Starting at the front end is what the customer or users of the system see. This needs to have some programming in it so that the clicks or the typing or anything like that, the interactions, can be passed to the computer program to do something with it. In simple terms, this might be a login form. Type your email or password in here, click go, and then the computer does something with that information. The front end needs to be designed both from an aesthetic point of view, in which case you might collaborate with a UI or user interface designer, as well as a functional point of view. It must be available, have 99% uptime, and most of all, work. The front end of the application may be a desktop, in which case it'll be written in something close to Windows and the frameworks. I last used Windows MFC. I might be out of date in this area. Let me know in the comments below what the current framework is for Windows applications. The most common front ends, however, are usually written in HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. These languages, if you like, enable a programmer to have a rich developer and user experience. The user experience can be on a desktop, in a browser, on a mobile device, or something else. As JavaScript can run on a client device, you can call this client-side computing. A lot of that decides on what it should send to the back-end server and what it should process locally to display to the customer or the user of the system. Speaking of the back-end server, we then move on to the second layer, which is the middle layer, middleware, or central tier, application layer, or business logic layer. It has lots of names, but essentially all it means is let's do something with the computer that takes the input from the user, does something with it, who knows, that's what the business logic's for, and then feed back something to the user or to somebody else. The middle layer can contain 2 types of operations, synchronous and asynchronous. A synchronous operation is where it receives data and is expected to respond back with an answer. An example here can be an API that takes in some credentials, say from the user logon form, and authenticates that user and returns back with a yes or a no or a token. An asynchronous program, running on the middle layer, can do something in its own time. This might be some sort of offline processing. When I upload this YouTube video, YouTube will take the recording as it's been uploaded, and then it'll immediately start processing it, checking it for copyright and stuff like that. I don't have to wait for that to happen, it'll happen on the back-end servers. And then there's the data layer. This can be a multitude of things. The simplest, it can be a file system where it's just saving uploaded files. Or it can be a database where we're storing user data, like their username and passwords, encrypted of course, we don't want those leaking out, and other data related to the program that you're running. Accounts, pictures, search results, who knows. Let me know in the comments if you are a developer or a programmer, want to be a programmer, or want to find out more about being a programmer. I'd really be interested to read them. Till next time.